Hi guys, thanks for coming back to my channel. I'm going to show you guys how I like to mix my bleach. I'm using Blonde Me today. First I like to turn on my scale and then use 30 grams. Then I'm going to go ahead and use my 30 volume. And I like to put this until it says 100 grams. I just want to show you guys what her hair looks like before. This is her before. She has a lot of grow out and blondes on the ends. So we're just basically touching up the root area. So today we're doing a partial full touch up. I already sectioned her hair. So wherever she splits it, I'll part it in like a little square right here. And then after that I'll go down and then clip that. Do the same on the other side. And then with the back, I like to just take the top crown area and then just split that in half so you have two triangles. So we're gonna first get started. I left my rat tail comb at work, so please don't get mad that I'm using a regular, the regular one without the little needle. So this client's hair is a lot finer, so I'm actually doing like a 1/4 of an inch subsection, and then I'm just gonna weave it a little bit bigger just so she sees the color. So doing a chunkier foil, because once we rinse it out and then she blow dries, it's gonna be pretty blended, but I want her to be able to see the blonde. So I just pull that against the head like that and then paint that. And then you want to stop right at the demarcation line right there. Pull the hair to the side like that because these are already previously bleached. You don't want to bleach those anymore. So this is one way you can close the foil, but I'll also show you another way. So now with this foil, I'll show you the second way that you can close the foil. So I like to comb the hair straight out like this and then weave the chunky weave like that. Take your foil, put it underneath, hold that tight, and then paint. So get the bleach on, and then you want to take the foil back at the same angle and make sure you saturate it throughout the hair. So usually with a chunkier foil, I would take my brush like this and make sure I saturate it throughout the hair, because when it's chunkier, if you were just kind of brush it on, sometimes you can miss spots, and you definitely don't want to do that. Again, comb it or brush it down to the demarcation line, pull the blondes to the side, and then you can also fold it this way. That way it's really secure. So either way you do it, whichever is the easiest for you, just go ahead and do that throughout the whole head. Now we're going to work on this side of the head. You're going to do the same thing. Take a section. And then pull it out and do the chunky weave. So after you get to the top right here, I take both of the clips in the back and then I like to combine that as one. And then I like to come back to this at the last part of foiling. Now that we're to the side of the head, the first thing that I like to do, since she does tie her hair up a lot, is I go from the side here where her face is. Around this area, I like to weave it more finely versus the super chunky weave because you want it to look really blended. So I noticed with a lot of people, it's hard for them to get the foil like this. So if that's hard for you, go ahead and just have your client bend their head down a little bit so it's facing down so it's easier to get the foil and paint that. And again, always go vertically like this because you want to make sure that you saturate all of the hair. And then I like to fold the triangle so the foil does not slip. And then after you get that part done, go ahead and put their head back up and then foil as normally with the chunky foils. Now that we're to this side, do the same thing like how you did the other way. So since she does part her hair over this side a little bit more, when I do like the side full, I'm gonna have to separate this into two, so one here and one over there, because you definitely want to have this coverage. If you just do one here and then continue to do the chunky falls, it's just gonna look really bad right here when she ties up her hair. So just keep in mind for that. Okay, now that we're to the front, what I did was the leftover hair in the back, I just kind of connected it into one. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the front again. I always like to do like a finer weave in the front section. Like that. Next one, just do the same. For the chunky foils, pull it forward like this and weave it heavily. Push the hair to the side so it's out your way. That's one reason why I like to fold corners, is that when I do push the hair to the side, this corner holds the hair from being in the client's face. So I'm just pulling out the folds. I just want to show you guys the color that it changed into before I toned her. So you're going to get a really pale yellow color. Hopefully you guys can see on the top. There you go. So we just rinsed out her hair and now I'm going to apply the toner. The formula I'm using is an 8 pearl mixed in with 9 ash, equal parts. So right now you can really see how bright and yellow that is. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that on. This is going to help neutralize the yellow and make it ashier. The toner I'm using has like a purple blue base, which from the color wheel is what counteracts the yellow, and that's exactly what you want to do if you want to achieve this color. I like to get her roots first, where I touched up her hair. And then after that, I will be taking a comb and combing that down. So her toner now is developing. And one thing I like to do after I apply the toner is to comb through every section, because you definitely don't want to miss a spot, especially if you're going this light. So I kind of just section it off and comb to saturate everything. You can start seeing the toner process. I usually like to leave this on for about 15 to 20 minutes. I always check back in 15 minutes. So this is what the outcome looks like when you do chunky highlights on fine hair. And it just gives it so much dimension.